my friends, glad to have you with me today. This is going to be a new product roundup, full face look, another full face video. I've just been getting a few new things in PR that I'm really excited to test out, and I thought we could do that together. If you've been waiting for a video involving shadow sticks, I've got a number of new shadow sticks from L'Oreal. I've got newness from Essence, Persona, Benefit, Makeup Forever, lots of different things. And I'm going to start out with a new primer. This one is from Benefit. It's called the Professional Matte Primer. You know how everything Professional has that little detective girl on it, you know what I mean? This one, the matte primer, it's just got a different look, as you can see. So we're going to use this today. I tried it yesterday as well. I had pretty good results with my staying power. It's just kind of white and creamy. Makeup stayed well, but I'm not totally sure it was just because of this. It has a nice kind of stretch across the skin, if you know what I mean. And as it goes across my nose, I think I immediately on contact feel a bit more matte. I was very well moisturized underneath, and now having put this on, I don't feel like overly dry. I don't have a brand new foundation, so I just thought I'd go for one in my collection that was a little bit underused right now, and that is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint. I have two different shades in this. I think the darker one's gonna work for me right now, but it's just been a little bit tricky to figure out which one am I. This one says 130. I have enjoyed this product over time. I don't love the dropper here. This could be a good candidate for a pump installation. Yep, we gotta put in a pump. You know, like a plumber shows up at your house and has to put a pump in somewhere. Anyways, I'm gonna blend this out. It's still borderline too dark. It really does have a pretty look on my skin, and it's very thin. To me, just as I blend it out, I think this every time I use it, it kind of reminds me of my L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, giving that little, like, subtle radiance on the skin, but still covering rather well, like strong medium coverage here. This morning, I've got so many places to be today. After I drop the girls off, which the reason why I'm dropping the girls off, not Bub, is because his truck needs an entirely new engine. He's borrowing one of Mom and Dad's vehicles for a few days this week, and it does not have like all the car seats in it, or booster seats, all the different things. So I'm handling drop off this week as well as pick up, and then shortly after we get back home, we're gonna go to Red's pre-K and we're gonna meet his teacher and see his room. And he's been like kind of hyped up, I feel like, on back to school now for weeks, seeing the girls like get their school supplies, go back, meet their teachers, blah blah blah. And I thought he was just really couldn't wait to do this. And then last night he's like, "You're gonna come in too, right?" Like, he's getting all hesitant, which doesn't surprise me, but I think once he gets in there, he's gonna be overcome by the newness and the excitement. But yes, I am in there today just doing a little orientation, and then tonight there's an open house, a separate thing. Middle of the day after pickup, Belle's got tumbling. I'm gonna be all over the place, but here's what that's looking like. Really good, right? Enjoy that coverage level. Definitely feel like I made that shade work out okay. For my concealer, I'm just gonna go with new-ish, but not super new. This is my L'Oreal True Match. It's the Radiant Serum Concealer with 1.5% hyaluronic acid. Oh, and caffeine. This has that little like flatter style doe foot. It's just wanting to give me a swipe like that. And I feel like I can deposit a bit more of this product down than some other really full coverage concealers, because this one really doesn't pack as big of a coverage punch, but has a nice little like light hydration to it, I would say. I'm gonna take this guy. I've really been reaching for this a lot. This Sephora 71. I just like the shape and size for initially taking that concealer and working it around. Honestly, using that doe foot just as it was designed, I feel like I end up swiping on too much still. But you know me, we'll make it work. Just a second, kitten. I hear you. Got a little brightness. That's why I do that dot there and there, because I feel like I just brighten up, not just here, but the other parts of the face. I know it's looking crazy now. That was a partial blend. Now I'm going to come in with Profusion, my little buffing foundation type of brush. Slightly more normal. What shade am I in this concealer? Light C1. See, it's working. It's all come together once it blends. But it is easy to blend, I'll say that, even if you do get a little too much. I just didn't think it looked like that much, but I'm just a small dot concealer person, I guess. It's what I need to stick with. So as far as setting powder, here's where we're coming into something new from Makeup Forever. I feel like not all that long ago they put out their matte setting powder, and now they're trying to re-promote the HD skin, and I thought you guys might find this interesting. In PR, they gave this little timeline. Remember when the original HD makeup came out? That was back in 2008. So going back to like near the start of my channel, formulations changing, powder foundations, the glowy version, and now that says introducing HD Skin Setting Powder, the next generation of high performance blur and shine control. They say they got 4 corrective shades and 4 unifying shades. So the unifying shades are like skin tones that you might recognize, like a light, medium, tan, deep. And then over here we've got corrective shades in rose, lavender, mint, and banana. So I'm first kind of starting to play with this one. And I also do have the lighter ones of the unifying shades as well. But starting yesterday, I began testing out this brightening rose, and it's so big. So big. Corrective rose, I should say. I like the way they packaged it, but this is going to be an issue for me storage-wise. So you're twisting off the top. You have a place to actually store a puff that comes with it, which is kind of like it's a chubby teardrop shape, right? A little bit tapered around there. We are going to use that. And then you can twist to open up your holes. It seems like a pretty nicely designed product. I can tap off into my lid there from the sifter. If you look at the tone of this, it looks light and brightening. You wouldn't lay eyes on it and even think, oh my gosh, pink. When I see it, I just think it's a fair type of setting powder. So I'm gonna put my puff into that, and we're gonna set this under eye area. Yesterday, my takeaway was this felt brightening. I thought it looked a little dry come day's end, but not bad. I've seen worse. And I'm just willing to continue giving it a go with various product combinations, because sometimes that's just what it takes. But like I said, I think it's a strong packaging design. This puff is really nice. And I'm just going to press this in for this morning around my T-zone, really pushing it in so I can have some good all-day staying power today. That's what I need. And then we love neatness. We love neatness where we can just cover up those holes and not have things popping out. But again, it's like there's the palm of my hand. There's the size of that powder. It's like as big as the actual palm of my hand. I'm going to take my Morphe Under Eye Bullet Brush and just dust some of this on. And my concealer today was not ultra full coverage, but I feel like that powder came in and perfected and brightened even more. Again, without looking glaringly pink, but that was the rose corrective powder. So again, we'll continue experimenting with that with different product combos, and also the other tones that were the like skin tone range that Makeup Forever sent. And thank you, Makeup Forever, for sending me PR. I appreciate it. And we have new blush and highlight, but no new bronzer. So I'm just gonna grab out one that I already had. This is from Say, and this is their Dew Bronze in the shade Spritz. I do really like this product. I think it blends easily. It's a good tone, just enjoyable. So are their blushes too. I have that blush in Chili. It's really nice. But we've dotted that around. It's never gonna set too fast. Say is a fairly moisture heavy brand. And so dabbing over that, immediately a little more sunny on the forehead. I hope the camera isn't washing me out too much because this is looking really good. Really nice. Get that soft contour going, loving. You know what I ate for dinner last night? Straight up just peanut butter and jelly. I had made one for the girls' school lunch, which they don't take their lunch to school every day, but there's usually like one day a week that they really feel the need to take their lunch. So I had packed Bella PB&J, and then she was like, no, they might have me sit at a different table because of peanut allergies. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I got her something else, and then I just have this PB&J sitting around. I'm like, I'm having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner, and it was wonderful. Are you a strawberry or a grape jelly person? Classic grape is nice. I have no problem with it, but I will tend to veer towards strawberry. That's all blended in. Now we can move on. Essence has put out these Baby Got Blush liquid blushes. They also have several tones of Baby Got Glow liquid highlighters. These were all sent my way. I wish I just had an interactive button where you could like tap the blush you want me to use today. I was gonna do this today, but I have already used that one. There's the light pink called Pinkalicious. This one's Dusty Rose. I also used that. Let's try the berry, blush and berry. And then there's a coral too. So the way these work, you're gonna take your cap. Whoa, what just happened there? Did I just bust something open? Okay. I thought I did something wrong. You're gonna twist your locking mechanism to on. There's an on and an off. It's like the Charlotte Tilbury stuff. And then squeeze, and then way too much comes out. Every time I've squeezed one of these, way too much comes out on there. I don't love this method. Just give me a doe foot. But let's see how this berry shade goes. I'm gonna just apply some right out here. The other shades didn't overwhelm me pigment-wise, but they also just weren't as dark. So we're dabbing right over that with a Sephora 56. Okay. So far, these blushes have seemed like just straight color to me, not a real glowy thing. There are just so many liquid blushes on the market. I like that. As you can see, I really stamped on more than just a tiny dot, and it still looks pretty subtle. So I guess I'll build it a little bit. And now it's like, okay, where'd the product go? Now I push some out, and it looks like a lot. These are just hard to manage. I don't know. If you're questioning whether this berry shade is wearable for someone of a, I don't know, light to medium skin tone, it definitely is. I had an easy time blending here. I mean, I would say if you're looking for a pure color liquid blush and this delivery method doesn't totally annoy you, then maybe you'll like that. I don't know. I liked the pink okay. I like the dusty rose a little better, although it is very warm. The whole packaging is giving mauve, but then you look right here, it's pretty warm, but I liked it. And then we got 3 highlighter shades. So I think I'm gonna go with the lightest pearly one here. This is the one called Sassy and Silk. So sassy. Squeezing. Now that moment where you gotta squeeze the tube and make something come up. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna just like blend what comes up around on this little foam tip, and then we'll go dot dots right here. Okay. Lock it. And I'm using this little Real Techniques brush that came in a set. It's kind of like a jumbo size of the Sephora 71. Wait, is she like trying to set in place already? Excuse me? As I go over what I just stamped on, it's feeling like it's really trying to cling in there. So maybe don't go cheek to cheek. Maybe get right on it. Okay, I think we got it blended out, but I had to be a bit more aggressive than I'd like to be with that type of thing. Just saying. And I still look like really matte all over, you know? Even with the subtle glow, like the whole surface of my skin just looks pretty matte. I'm gonna put on some setting spray. I've been using this one a lot from Wet n Wild, the one that sounds like a maraca that you have to shake up. It's the natural finish. Really fine mist, like we said, somewhere between Clean Laundry and Grandma on that scent. But we like it. We welcome it. The skin is skinning a little bit better now. I think I'll just throw on my brows due to the fact that I have nothing new, and then we can jump into the more exciting stuff, which are these shadow sticks. All right, I did my brows. It's just the CoverGirl Clean Fresh brow system that I've been working with lately. And then from Persona, they put out a new shade in their day mask. This is their peptide lip balm. I love the concept of a day mask. I think that's brilliant. And they put out the shade Bubble. So if you're familiar with that tone in some of their other products, it's like a light cool pink. And I thought maybe I should put this on now, and we can either stick with this on the lips or switch to something different by the end. But I can actually see just a little soft pinkiness. It is very sheer. I actually have loved this product, and I've really used my clear one a lot more than I thought I would. When I was dealing with eczema on my lips earlier in the year, that was one of the affected places, and I felt like I could always put the day mask on and not make situations worse, but keep my lips pretty well moisturized. It's pretty shiny, as you can see. I love the shade called Pomegranate, if you want a little bit of a berry look. In comparison to Lano Lips, which is the most heavy-duty balmy type thing I've ever put on, these are thinner and a little more shiny than that, but still really nicely moisturizing. Like if you want the glossy look, but some actual moisturization going on there, these are a good product. And there's that Bubble, just being super sheer, but maybe just a barely there tint of pink. Now for the eyes. I did go ahead and prime with Milani Eyeshadow Primer, although I do think that's a most beneficial step when powder shadows are involved. But here's what L'Oreal sent, guys. They've got these new lace shadow sticks. And I've got all these neutral tones, and I was playing with one of them, and it really does like go on and not move, and I noticed that it went on with a lot of smoothness, zero drag. So I'm gonna bust open a few of these to create a look today. And I'd like to see if I can really stick to just using my fingers in terms of blending and not turn this into a really high maintenance, like super involved situation. I'm unwrapping one of the deepest ones that was sent. This is called Brown Abyss. Alluring Rose was one I was playing with before, and then I've got this magnetic bronze, which might be nice on the lower lash line. Something a little softer. Oh, that's nice. There is like a silver, there's a lighter, probably like soft gold, and there's one called Magnetic Mauve as well. As far as I'm concerned, the leading shadow sticks in my book have really been the hard candy ones. They're very smooth, they set and wear all day. This one from Maybelline has been nice, the Color Tattoo Matte, and it's nice that they have like some not just purely shimmery color options there. These really slide. They have a nice glide across the skin with very little pressure applied, but I'm still getting full color. So that first one is the rose, then we've got the bronze, and then brown abyss. These all have what look like a satin finish. What I'll first do is take the rose, and I'm just gonna go across my lash line here. It actually feels cooling. I'm getting it on the lid, and once I've put it on, just a few swipes, we don't want to over apply stuff like this. I'm just dabbing my finger over it. It's on there, it just really is matching the tone of my eyelid. Okay, just a few little swipes there. It doesn't take a lot. This transfers down with a lot of ease and feels a little cooling, and dabbing over. All right, now I want to see this brown come in and blend a little bit. This could end up making a really good lazy liner. Oh yeah, it reminded me a lot of my dark brown shadow stick from Laura Geller. It's just a little tricky when you're wanting that flawless blend between a couple of these, because your other one's sitting there trying to set, you know? But it's interesting how cooling they feel on contact. I'm applying it pretty lightly. Maybe I should go a little thicker with it. A lot of times when I use cream shadows, while I know it can be a quick swipe on deal, I'm not always as thrilled with the look as I would be if it were powder, just because I feel like I can really get into it with the powder and do some really good blending and stuff. And here it's almost like I know it's trying to fight me just a little bit on the blend, but I'm going a little above, thinking about my crease. What would have been the most low maintenance thing to do would have been to probably take the one mid-tone, just go all over the lid and a little bit beyond, and call that a day, this bronze. But we can still add some bronze up above if we want to. Gosh, I'm barely applying pressure to the skin, and I like that element of it. The way I'm probably going to most continue to wear these is to use that brown, though, along my lash line as lazy liner, because given the great glide that these have, I think that's going to be good. I think that created a nice little everyday option. Now I'm going to take this darkest, just focus it at the lash line. That's what I mean by lazy liner. A shadow stick that's got that thickness, so you don't really feel like you have to be careful. And it's not so dark that it's like, you know, straight black, but it's giving us a softness there. I'll continue to use that a lot, especially because these appear to set and not move. As you can see, you know, with the swatches, they're not going anywhere. And then I'll take Magnetic Bronze and use this. This is really reminding me of Hard Candy Cold Brew. I'm guessing Hard Candy's going to be charging a little less for theirs, but L'Oreal's got an option too. I really love using a shadow stick on the lower lash line. That's my favorite function, okay guys? And I continue to feel this way. My favorite functions for these shadow sticks are to either use the darkest ones as lazy liner across the top and use any kind of mid-tone to dark one on the lower part. And then you won't have anything fading and drifting, but you still have a shadow-like effect. Now, L'Oreal also sent a new Lash Paradise mascara. This is the Latte Brown shade. Okay. So it looks like a deep brown at a glance, but we'll see how that translates to the lashes. I am going to put this on today. I know I like the Lash Paradise formula. I just, you know, I'm always trying to make as much out of my lashes as I can get. So I just often decide to go black, but we'll try it, L'Oreal. And then they sent like a couple of lip liners and lipsticks too. They also sent more of their liquid blushes, which I purchased one of those and talked about it recently. Lumile liquid blush. I had Dewy Bright Pink, very pigmented, very little goes a long way. Here's our Lash Paradise. So what is this gonna do for us? Well, obviously it's still nice and dark. The thing I like about Lash Paradise is how it gives my lashes kind of that fluttery look. It never makes them feel like they're sticking together. I tend to use it and think, okay, I look like I've got a larger quantity of lashes there. So one coat, feeling good. Look at how well that's building up there. And honestly, it's looking just as dark as I really need it to be. I don't know that even at a glance I could tell, oh, that's brown. Ultimately, maybe it's a little softer than if it were black, but it's just hard to tell when things get that dark. Okay, so there's several coats of that Lash Paradise. Again, the shade is called Latte Brown. And how about that tube? That's a pretty classy tube there, L'Oreal. I like that. And then on lips, they sent a couple of lip liners and a couple of lipsticks. One lipstick and liner are called Worth It, and then the other is called Worth It Medium. So here's Worth It, just the regular one, giving us kind of a medium pink look. Worth It Medium, deeper, a little bit berry. We'll go there. I'm gonna try the Worth It Medium and we'll do the other one another day. This is the medium lip liner as well. This Color Riche lip liner formula is good. They have a really smooth glide. They kind of remind me of e.l.f. Cream Glide if they were retractable. At the same time though, the staying power isn't as strong as Revlon Color Stay or Hard Candy Instapout. But I wiped off some of that Bubble Day Mask by Persona and my lips are just like feeling so nourished right now. Really smooth. I think this is a great shade of lip liner. Worth It Medium. And there's something about Color Riche lipstick. There's a smell that you will never forget. Like I've smelled that smell when I probably first started using makeup, you know? There's just a certain signature scent. Do you love it? Do you not love it? I'm not like, what? Oh, I just hit my nose with it. I'm not wild about the scent itself, but I do like kind of being able to recognize something that's been around for a long time, you know? Anyways, creamy. We just got a creamy lip. Nothing shimmery. Deep mauve. Really, I don't look at this lip and think, oh, berry. You know, I'm thinking deep, a little more earthy, deepened mauve for me, yeah. What I think we ran into today with this look are a lot of products with potential, you know, like I think the Makeup Forever setting powder has potential. I think those L'Oreal shadow sticks are going to be really good, particularly that dark shade and the bronze shade if you like to use them in that liner method. And I'm sorry for all y'all who are like, give us a good cream stick shadow look. Like I tried my best. It's just, it looks totally fine, I think, but I struggle a little bit with sticks like all over the lid, trying to get them to look as blended as my powder does, which I feel like I never truly achieve, but I really love those kinds of things in a liner capacity, and I think L'Oreal has put out a really extra smooth, extra gliding on with ease type of formula. I'm also not mad at their brown mascara. That looks pretty good today. The Essence Liquid Blush, I mean, I used their deepest color and I applied it double, and yet I'm ending this look thinking I could use more blush. Like, what's up with that? I guess I could just stand to put on a lot more per application with that product. If you're wanting a liquid blush that's more on the sheer side, maybe that's a line you want to look into, but I was not thrilled that the liquid highlight really felt like it was setting very quickly. So don't sit around on that blend right away. It's not that it's a huge problem, but just watch yourself on that. And I'm liking this lip. I really do. I think this type of tone, a deep mauve, will be a nice kind of alternative for me as we go into fall and we're thinking, is it gonna be a brick red day? Is it gonna be a berry day? Well, now I have another thought in my head about deeper mauve that could also happen. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you've been experimenting with some of these same things, let us know your experiences in the comments section. I welcome it, even if it's totally different from the way I interpreted the product to be. Like, I welcome that because I think it's the most helpful thing to have more takes on something than just my own. So thank you for that, and I will see you all again very soon. I love you. Bye.